Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome to Islamic Quiz Spot. Here is a new quiz, Quran quiz for you to answer. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive upcoming videos and give a thumbs up. How many surahs are there in the Quran? (114 surahs). Which surah is known as the heart of the Quran? Surah Yasin. Who was the first prophet mentioned by name in the Quran? Adam alayhi salam. What is the longest surah in the Quran? Al-Baqarah. Which angel brought revelation of the Quran to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Jibreel alayhi salam. Which surah has two Bismillah in it? Surah An-Naml. What does Quran literally mean? Recitation. How many juz parts is the Quran divided into? (30 juz). Which surah must be recited in every rak'ah of salah? Surah Al-Fatiha. In which month was the Quran first revealed? Ramadan. How many Makki surahs are there? (86 surahs). Which surah is known as the mother of the book? Surah Al-Fatiha. Which surah is the shortest in the Quran? Al-Kawthar. Which surah mentions the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam in detail? Surah Yusuf. How many times is the name Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentioned in the Quran? Four times. Which animal spoke in the Quran in the story of Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam? Ant. Which surah is also called Surah Al-Hamd? Al-Fatiha. Which prophets are mentioned together most times? Musa and Harun alayhi salam. What is the meaning of Surah Al-Ikhlas? Purity. Who is the only woman mentioned by name in the Quran? Maryam alayhi salam. How many rukus sections are there in the Quran? (558 rukus). Which surah means the iron? Al-Hadid. Which surah describes the splitting of the moon? Al-Qamar. What is the last surah in the Quran? An-Nas. Which prophets mentioned in the Quran had a miracle talking in the cradle? Isa alayhi salam. Which surah is called Bride of the Quran? Ar-Rahman. Which surah is for protection from poverty if recited every night? Al-Waqi'ah. Which is the first surah that was revealed? Al-Alaq. What is the meaning of Surah An-Nas? Mankind. Which surah warns about backbiting? Al-Humazah. How many Madani surahs are there? (28 surahs). Which surah mentions Prophet Isa alayhi salam the most? Al-Imran. Which surah advises lowering the voice? Al-Hujurat. Which surah starts with Oath of Time? Al-Asr. Alif Lam Mim appears in how many surahs? Six surahs. Which surah mentions the Battle of Badr? Al-Anfal. Which prophet is mentioned the most in Quran? Musa alayhi salam. Which surah Tanja speaks about the story of the people of the cave? Al-Kahf. Which surah is recited for ease in difficulty? In which surah is Ayatul Kursi? Al-Baqarah. Which surah means the kingdom? Al-Mulk. Which surah tells the story of Qarun? Al-Qasas. Which surah is known for teaching good manners? An-Nur. Which surah has the verse about spreading salam? An-Nur. Which prophet built the Kaaba with his son? Ibrahim alayhi salam. Which surah talks about jinn listening to the Quran? Al-Jinn. Which surah is about divorce rules? At-Talaq. Which surah means the resurrection? Al-Qiyamah. Which surah promises ease after hardship? Ash-Sharh. Which surah mentions the miracle of Prophet Musa's alayhi salam staff? Taha. Thanks for watching. Can share the video, subscribe the channel. See you next time inshallah.